be another sort of tutorial on more macro related stuff again. I'm just gonna play against pretty easy AI here. Uploading to YouTube right now, so hopefully I don't lag myself out. That's why I'm playing against AI. Shouldn't lag then. Anyways, so wow, I just sort of woke up, so I guess I'm not talking too well. But either way, I'm going to show you a little bit more about macro. This time I'm getting past just the economic macro and going into the rest of macro. Of course, economic macro will be important to the very beginning. As we can see, keeping your money low is what macro sort of is all about, is keeping your money low, but also collecting as much as possible. So, I know it's going to lag anyways, even though I'm playing offline. Well, it won't lag too much. Okay, so, as usual, building your worker right away, put in mineral patch, and of course, hotkeys, hotkeys, hotkeys. If you use hotkeys, do learn them. I'm not going to really post a tutorial on hotkeys. Really, it's just learn your hotkeys, learn how to use them, super useful. You can hotkey production buildings up here, you can hotkey your units in the first couple groups, and even if you want buildings where you know you're going to be researching tech, you can even hotkey them if you want, so that you can know you're researching tech. And then of course the real important hotkeys are like being able to know what these ones are, so you don't have to move your mouse and click.
Go ahead.
Oh, letting my macro slip already. That's okay.
Yeah, SCV ready.
Excuses that I just woke up. So, but yeah, as I was saying, macro is very important. Without good macro, your opponent will just have a bigger army than you, and it pretty much doesn't matter what you do. You'll probably win anyways, just because his army's bigger. Sort of a general rule of thumb, as I like to say. You know, if they have the bigger army, they win. So yeah, for good macro, you just want to be able to, you know, have a good build order. That's always important. You know, a build order is actually built around macro. So, you know, when you look at a build order, they're always designed to keep your minerals as low as possible and bring things out as fast as possible. That's actually macro right there. It just, you know, it might not be as easy to notice just for the simple fact that, you know, it's not like, I don't know, it's a build order. You think, oh, you just build things in this order and it just works out in the end, you know? So it's not quite that simple, but that's really the general idea behind build orders. It's just good macro. So I really should be transferring to my gas by now. I know it was done and I just didn't do it. Oh well.
You scared me.
As I said.
In the rear with the gear.
So
SCV ready.
I already messed up my timing a little bit.
Not enough minerals.
You get an orbital, that's why I had too many minerals. It really doesn't matter though. Just changing my build order.
Bad news.
Not enough minerals.
So as you can see, these minerals are staying really low.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Ooh, wow. This guy's being pretty aggressive for not being that difficult of an AI.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, I couldn't scout his whole base, too bad. And orbital's not done yet. And my barracks aren't ready to do anything.
This better be good.
So, once I throw this down, I'm going to throw down a
Upgrade
factory.
complete.
In the rear with the gear.
Okay, let's do that.
Bad news.
And notice it does keep my minerals quite low almost the entire time. So,
SCV ready.
and of course, always, you know,
Add-on
another thing I
complete.
like to really suggest to players, doesn't matter if we're talking macro or whatever, just in terms of making it better, I like to suggest that you listen to those sounds as well, because the sounds also help you know when things are done, and they will help you, you know, just be on top of getting things built at the right time. Okay, so of course, like to hotkey my production buildings as I said, and of course, those minerals low.
Big Jack's about to get
Building stuff all the time.
Not enough minerals.
Of course, your gas does get a little high at times. That's not a big deal. If you get a few hundred gas at once, really, you're not doing something wrong with your macro specific, because it's, yes, technically you could be transferring workers or not transferring workers to gas production if you find you have too much gas.
Add-on
But yet at the same
complete.
time, you'll find that gas can be spent so quickly that it really doesn't matter. If you rack up to 3 gas, you could build like 2 siege tanks and a medevac, and suddenly, oh, that costs 350 gas. So really, it's not going to be that big a deal.
It's go time.
Of course, I know that I'm playing against a pretty easy AI, and he's not going to have some huge army, so I'm not too worried right now. That's why I just lowered my front ramp there.
Not enough minerals.
Oh, what is this guy doing? He's making something. Let's make an engineering bay. Not really playing with a specific build order right now.
Add-on complete.
Ah, come on. That was supposed to be a reactor, and I built a tech add-on. I hate it when I do that. Build the wrong thing. Do you guys do that too? I do. So as you can see, this whole time I've been keeping my minerals pretty low. Of course, been pumping out workers, been trying to use my energy whenever it gets up. And this is in essence what the macro is. So if you look at my army, we're at the 7 minute and 20 mark, and you can see I already have 1, 2, 3, 4 marauders and about 6 marines. I have a siege tank, and that was around the 7 minute 20 mark. Now we're going to just quit. Oops. Whoa, I don't want to do that. Anyways, we're going to surrender, and I'm not going to have perfect macro. I'm just going to show you quickly a difference. Now, really, I don't feel like as if you will have learned too much by watching to this point yet, so I do suggest that you continue watching, even though it won't be super interesting, or at least skip to near the end so you can see the 7 minute 20 mark and see what, you know, what my army size looks like then. Remember I had about, what was it, 4 marauders and 6 or 7 marines and a siege tank around that 7 minute something mark, and I already had an engineering bay down. I had both my reactors, both my refineries, 3 barracks and 1 factory, and of course 4 supply depots. So, because one thing the reason why I like to really sort of look at this is just from when I was playing with my friends who aren't as good. I could really see that they were cutting workers to be able to build other buildings, and they didn't realize how much of an impact it makes in the long run. So I don't know where most people start cutting workers. So I'm going to guess it's probably somewhere around that first supply depots when they start cutting workers. So I'm just going to do something similar. I'm going to build up to 10 SCVs, put out my supply depot. Now, of course, any of you who've been watching my tutorials, you already know. You already know the big impact. I'm sure you're probably really good at building all of your workers now, which is awesome. Oh, this one is backdoor rocks that are destructible. So, yeah, I'm just gonna, stop building them for a while now. Let's see what happens. So, I've got lots of workers. Some people might say, oh, that looks great, Of course, you can't build your barracks now until this is done, so we gotta wait for that anyways. Yeah. Okay, well, I might as well plunk down a refinery because I've got the minerals. That's what a player might say. I've noticed a lot of players, until they've had some help, someone telling them, oh, you don't want to grab these refineries early on. I do notice a lot of players do grab them early on. So, okay, I noticed. Oh, I'll build another SCV. Why not? I finally remembered about it, So, plus I'm going to need them for all this gas, so, And then, of course, I'm not really sure what most players do. A lot probably forget, they build these 2 gas and then they probably say, well, probably don't transfer workers for quite a while, or they just transfer them slowly, so,
SCV ready.
Yeah, let's keep making some of these guys. It's a good idea.
You scared me.
Let's make another barracks. Oh no, I can't because I just made my marine. Okay, so I just gotta wait. Gotta wait until I've got minerals.
Rear with the gear.
Okay, I got enough minerals. Let's make another barracks
Go
now.
ahead. SCV ready.
Oh, yeah, make another worker. Put on that gas. That way I've got lots of gas. I got my gas full. Make another marine. Okay. I'll put one there. I'll cheat a bit. I hate having so few users. But anyways, as you can see, I'm getting out some units. I'm doing good, right? You know, this is what a lot of players would think when they
Bad news.
haven't watched all my tutorials on economics, macro.
Big job.
And of course, the other problem too is, if you look at this, even though I'm constantly building stuff, I just can't, like, you know, well, I shouldn't say I'm constantly building stuff, but like, it's also important to note too that, you know, I've only got a couple barracks producing. Soon I'll be able to sort of keep up with my minerals, and you know, which is great, especially since I've decided to plunk down these. I'll delay getting these out, allow me time, you know, and I'll have a bunch of minerals, so when I'm done
Add-on
this, sweet,
complete.
you know, oh, forgot a supply depot. You know, so gotta go build one of those. Let's build it down there.
Yep.
Let's see, if I had an orbital command, I could just drop supply right now. Not even miss a beat. All I'd miss is some minerals from not using a meal. So, you know, anyways, as you can sort of see, slowly coming along. Of course, getting supply block doesn't really help in comparison, but, you know, it might. Whatever, I'll just put this guy back. Well, let's build a couple more supply depots because I got supply blocked. So I don't want to do that again.
Gangway coming through.
Add-on complete.
That's done. So as you can see, you know, like, it goes really slow. Maybe I'm not teaching anything new, but, you know, you could see in the last one how, you know, having a build order is designed to keep your minerals low. It's designed to maximize your income through SCV production. So the idea is that, you know,
What's going on?
okay, let's build another barracks. Let's make this comparison a
gonna
little
give me
bit better.
orders? Been waiting on you.
Let's build some supply
In
depots.
rear with the gear.
Not enough minerals.
We hear you.
Send them back there afterwards.
Not enough minerals.
Okay, okay. Whoa, look at my gas. That's insane. So, you know, if we look at this, so I have about 12, 13 SCVs compared to, you know, 20, 25. And I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Marines. Only got 2 Marauders so far.
You gonna give me orders?
Oops. Okay, there we go. I've got about the same amount of barracks. And look at that. So we're at that 20-minute mark. I hit my Marine mark. Might have passed it by 1, but I'm missing Marauders, which are quite expensive. You know, 100 and... So I'm missing at least 1 or 2 Marauders. Still haven't thrown this on. So you can really see, I don't even have a siege tank out yet. I have at least 1 less Marauder. A little bit less of everything. I don't have that orbital command, which is 150. And we passed that 7-minute 20 mark. So you can really see, you know, I'm at least 300 minerals behind already. If not 400 or 500
Add-on
resources. You know?
complete.
Of course,
That's
you know, I've got a lot of extra gas. Sure, that's great.
Base is under attack.
And you can see my opponent has lights online right now. Let's lure him in here. All of that. Every time. It's great. You gotta love about AI. But yeah, as you can see, you know, it just really makes a difference. And you know, that's why it's really, really important to come into a game with having an idea of what you can do for a build order, and of course, having an idea of
Yes, sir.
you know,
Go
just
time.
what you're gonna do in general.
Bad
Like,
news?
as you noticed in the last game, as I say, no, I'm not fully awake yet, blah blah blah. But you noticed in that last game, you know, I wasn't perfect build order, and it totally makes a big difference to really know exactly what you're gonna do as soon as you get into that game. So, you know, this was just sort of for those players who just wanted to see an example, wanted to see the big difference, wanted to understand a bit more why it's such a big deal, this, you know, this whole macro thing, and wanted to sort of see, you know, how do I know I'm doing good macro? You know that by knowing that you're keeping your minerals relatively low, but you are maximizing your income. Okay? So hopefully whenever this goes up, it's just going to go up. I'm sure most of you won't even really need to watch it, but if you did watch it and found it useful, great. Otherwise, just keep on watching the other ones and have fun. Winning StarCraft 2, right? Winning! Yay!